Happy Sunday. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are on this beautiful Sunday. I hope it's beautiful where you are. It's nice and sunny here. If anybody's watching, please say hi, just so I know I have gone live. Sometimes Facebook tricks me and I think I've gone live and I haven't. So I'm just waiting to see if I get some people on. If you can just wave, give me a thumbs up, heart, say hi. I see a couple of thumbs up. Did you see them float across the screen? Do you guys know who this is? Comment below if you know who this is. It's my mystery guest. You think anybody knows your name? Can you just say hi?
Hi.
This is Ryan, my youngest, who's here with me today. And today is his last day of being, what is your last day of being?
9.
His last day of being 9 years old. Tomorrow is his birthday. He's going to be 10 years old, double digits. You're growing up, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yesterday we had his birthday party. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures. It was pretty fun, wasn't it? What did you play?
Paintball.
Paintball. All right. So if you're joining us today, if you can comment below and say happy birthday, Ryan, I'll show him later how many happy birthdays he got. Do you want to see how many you can get?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think people will say happy birthday?
Yeah.
You're being shy, but I know you're going to come back later and count them, aren't you?
Yes.
So please say happy birthday to Ryan so he can come back later and see if he got any. You got to give him at least a few happy birthdays, right? Do you want to go play now?
Yeah.
All right. Say bye.
Bye.
So that was Ryan, my youngest, and I just wanted to pop on here today while I had some extra time and tell you guys a bit about my story, how I got started. A lot of you are inquiring about HempWorx, my shirt, my new HempWorx shirt. It's a company I joined last week in June, and a lot of you have seen me post about it. A lot of you have ended up joining me either as customers or as affiliates. And we've actually grown quite a large team. So I know a lot of you have been watching, a lot of you have questions. I get lots of messages saying, hey Barb, I've been watching you forever. What are you up to? What are you doing? What do I have to do to join? So I just wanted to come on here and answer some of those questions for you guys. So if you have a question, you can comment. If I don't get to your question on the live, I will come back later and check the comments and answer your question. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about my story. Some of you already know it. Oh, my order line is ringing. I hope can somebody answer that? Somebody's calling to place an order when I'm online. Okay, somebody got it. So yeah, a lot of you have been watching me for many years and you have an idea of my story, but for those that haven't been, I'm going to tell you really quickly. About 4 years ago is when I started really posting online and growing my following on Facebook, and that's when a lot of you guys started following me, friending me. I had joined a company back then, and my reason for joining it, I've never done sales before. I've never done any kind of marketing. Years ago, I was working just like any other mom, 4 kids, really busy, really hectic. And Ryan, who was just here a few minutes ago, he was only 4 at the time. He was in preschool, and he was just sick a lot. It was right before Christmas. We were in the middle of renovations. I remember this year so well because my Christmas tree was in the kitchen at one point. Even though we were doing renovations, I insisted on putting up a tree, and it was moved all over the house during all these renovations, and we were all really busy, and Ryan was he was sick all the time, and I was busy, and it got to the point I always thought he was getting sick because he had 3 older siblings, and they were always bringing home germs from school and stuff, and I figured he was just getting sick from that. And you know, I brought him to the doctor a few times, brought him to outpatients at the hospital a few times to get him looked at, and you know, I ended up one night just saying something isn't right. He broke out in a rash, and I just didn't know what was wrong with him. So I took him to the hospital, and they ended up telling me he was fine and he just needed more antibiotics. He had already been on antibiotics, and something just, that motherly instinct kicked in, and I just said to them, he's not fine. You guys need to figure out what's wrong with him. So they did a blood test, and it was an awful ordeal. He was 4. He had never had blood taken before, and he was kicking and screaming the whole time, and it was terrible. He was scared to death. He wasn't feeling well, and it was awful. Anyways, so we got the blood test done, and they went away to test his blood, and so we're sitting there waiting, and they came back, and they said, we're sorry, there's something wrong with the test we took. We're going to have to do it again. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It was hard enough the first time. And they said, no, really, there's something wrong with it, because if the blood test was accurate, if the numbers were right, he would be dead. So I said, okay, fine. It's obviously not right. Something went wrong. So let's do it again. So we did it again. And they come back a few minutes later, and they said, it was right. His blood counts were so low. It was amazing he was still alive. So they rushed him off to I said I wasn't gonna cry. They rushed him off to the Children's Hospital in an ambulance, and that night he was diagnosed with leukemia. And he actually had he had 3.5 years of treatment. Like I said, I was a busy mom at the time. I was working, and it came to the point I couldn't work my job. They wouldn't allow me to stay in the hospital with him when he needed to stay. Whenever he got a fever, he had to go in and be admitted, and they wouldn't let me do that and work my job. And so I ended up being jobless. A lot of trips to the hospital, a lot of bills, a lot of stress. So I actually started working from home. Got involved in the company back then, and started, you know, doing my thing on Facebook. And I guess, like they say, the rest is history. It's been 4 years I've been doing this. I've been with a few companies, as some of you have seen. I have promoted some really great products. Some of the products I still use, some of them I don't. Some of them I don't promote anymore, but I still take myself because I believe they're a great product. But something better came along. And I always say to people, like, some people say, well, why do you change your mind? Why would you change companies? You know, I get these questions, and I always say, well, if I don't know of something better, I'm going to do what I think is best. And when something better comes along, that's where I'm going to be. So the end of June, I saw a friend of mine, Judy, posting about HempWorx, and I thought, what is that? I wasn't real familiar with CBD oil. I'll be honest and tell you that. I have learned a ton of stuff since then. I was mainly interested in HempWorx because my husband was having a lot of pain at the time. I've told a lot of you guys this. He was up all night. He was keeping me up all night. It's no fun to have no sleep. It's no fun to be in pain. And it's no fun to be around somebody who's in pain. It was hard on our whole family. When I heard about CBD oil and HempWorx, I thought, maybe it could help him. Is it possible? I read all the testimonies, and I was just so intrigued by the product. So I ended up joining, and I ended up ordering the product. And when we got it, we both tried it. I don't really have any health issues, but I wanted to take it because I would never promote something that I hadn't tried myself. So he ended up using the product and having complete relief of his pain. I ended up taking the product, and I really like it. It helps me sleep at night. That's the one issue I guess I do have from having kids and stuff. I just find ever since they were babies and I used to wake up in the middle of the night with them, I've never been able to have a true good night's sleep. I'm always up in the middle of the night, waking up, whatever it might be. And as soon as I started taking the CBD oil, I started sleeping through the night, which is, if you wake up frequently during the night and you start sleeping through the night, complete good night's sleep, it's one of those things that's amazing that you don't think will ever happen. But that's nothing compared to what my husband experienced. And I don't want to speak for him, but maybe he'll come on here and do his own live. I've been after him too. But yeah, he had a great deal of relief from his pain. He virtually has no pain now. And I thank this product for it because it was the only change he made in his life. I've seen other people purchase the product, find amazing results, and tell me their story as well. I always say I wake up every morning and there's messages on my computer of somebody that has a story, and some of them are new things I haven't even heard of before that I wouldn't even think it could help with, but people are telling me these stories of how it's helping them. And like I said in the last video, if there's a certain condition you have and you're inquiring, you can comment below. I have tons of testimonies, hundreds of testimonies that I can post for you that somebody else might be in the same sort of situation as you and found this product to work, and I can share their story with you if you'd like. So back to work from home. What I wanted to share with you guys is how easy it is. Like I said, when I first started this, I kind of started it out of kind of desperation of, although that's an awful word to use, I wouldn't want anybody to join me feeling they were desperate, but I had no knowledge of MLM, network marketing, promoting products. I had no knowledge of it. It's something that I thought, I wonder, you know, you always see these things that work from home and you kind of wonder, is it true? Or are people actually making money from home? Because it always sounds too good to be true. So I decided to give it a try. And that's why I did it. I mean, I couldn't work. I had a little guy in the hospital. I mean, he used to stay in the hospital, and I would take my phone and my laptop and I would sit beside his bed and work on Facebook. You guys have seen my posts. I've never missed a day probably in 4 years, or if I did, it probably wasn't very often. And it's not because it's work. It's because I love doing what I'm doing. When I wake up in the morning, as funny as this sounds, the first thing I think about is my business. And it's not because I'm worried about it or I'm anxious about it. It's because I can't wait to get up. Well, even before I get out of bed, I start looking at my phone. I want to see my messages. I want to see who's messaging me, you know, who ordered product, who signed up on my team. And then I come down, I come downstairs and I have a coffee and I go through my messages. I go through my Facebook. I see all these wonderful comments from you guys. And I mean, there's no better life than that for me. It started as something that I just wanted to be able to earn a few $100s a week even to support my family, you know, and it grew into something that it became a lifestyle I never even could have imagined I would be able to live. Me and Judy, the girl I told you earlier, introduced me to HempWorx. We're going on a cruise this month in November. Like, how awesome is that? That the two of us friends can take off on a cruise with no worries in the world. And that all came from, you know, getting online and hoping to earn a couple $100s a week. And now we're going on cruises. I was in Vegas last month, or it's not November yet. I was in Vegas this past month at our convention. I mean, it was awesome. My husband, he was like, oh, let's upgrade our room. We stayed on the penthouse floor. I mean, it was amazing. We needed a card in the elevator to get up to our room. I've never lived like that before. It's being able to take care of my kids. It's the simple stuff too, but it's also being able to have stuff that I never dreamed I could, you know? And so I wanted to put it out there and tell my story. And the reason I wanted to tell it was because I want you guys to see that anybody here has the potential to do what I've done. You know, I didn't come from some marketing background or big sales background. I learned to do this just as anybody else can. I taught myself how to work online, how to form relationships with people, how to, you know, simple things. It's some people just don't know how to do it. Just getting back to people, messaging people. It's simple. And if you build trust with people and you build relationships with people, you can build a team just like I did. I went to Vegas last month and I earned this plaque. I can keep it steady here. Top Recruiter Award given to Barb Miller for having, you know, the most enrollments in the company. I'm up over 1,000 enrollments since the last week in June. And anybody can do this. It doesn't take anything special. I also earned, this is heavy, my 100K affiliate award with the company, and I just started in June. Anybody can do this. I have so many people on my team that are seeing the same awards I am. People earning 5K, 10K, 25K. People that, joined the business, they didn't know what it was going to be like, but they took a leap of faith. They came on and they started working, and it's as simple as posting on Facebook, sharing on social media. It doesn't get any easier than this. And I just want you guys to understand that. I wanted to tell my story today just so you could understand how easy it is to do, how if you join our team, you'll see results. We have free training, we have support. I've seen people join, other teams and other companies, and they can't even get a hold of anybody. They can't get any support, nothing. It's not like that here. We support everyone who joins us. We're there to answer questions. We have our affiliate groups. And the best part of it is it's so much fun. Like I said, it's the first thing I think about in the morning. And I've talked to other people, they feel the same way. We're just having so much fun. And, you can't ask for anything better than that. Who wants to work a job 9 to 5 when you can work from home? There's so many benefits to it. I'm home with my kids. If they need me, I'm here for them. If I ever have to go out around like 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning, the traffic is horrible. And all I ever think is, thank God I don't have to sit here in this traffic every single day going to and from work, from a job. Thank God I can work from home. And I wanted to say that to you guys, that if you've been watching me, as I know many of you have, and you've been wondering if this is for you, anybody can do this, and I will help you. I'll help you do it. I'm willing to help anybody get started. All you have to do is message me. I can tell you our different packages for getting started. I can tell you about the products. So I hope you guys will reach out to me. Those that have been following me forever, I know a lot of you have. I talk to some people and they say, I've been watching your posts forever and I finally decided to reach out and join or order a product or whatever. And I just want to welcome you guys, that if you want more information as a customer or as an affiliate, whatever it may be, reach out to me. I'm here every day. I'd love to help you out. And if you have any questions, you can comment here. I will get back to them. I can't see them on here right now. But if anybody has any questions and you want to comment, I do follow up with everybody that comments. Even if you want to just leave a hi, leave a happy birthday for Ryan because it's his birthday tomorrow. He's coming back later. So I hope I can show him some happy birthdays. It's one of those cool things that he just loves. And I hope you guys all have a really nice day today. I hope you have a nice day with your family on Sunday. One of my favorite days spent with my kids. And if you have any questions, send me a message. I'm here. Or you can call. I'll give you the phone number. It is 1-800-253-4201. Or you can go to organichempworx.com or hempworxbiz.com. And I also added my sites above the video so you can have a look. You can scroll through them, see our products. We have pet products now, which is really exciting. But we have a lot of different products that are infused with CBD oil. If you have any questions, you want to know the prices, anything, just give a call. If you want to order, you can call and order, or hit me up. Talk to you later. Bye.